Hello, I'm Elena. There is a unique kind of exhaustion that comes from having the same argument with your partner for the 10th or even the 100th time. It feels like you're actors in a play where you already know all the lines. You know the exact phrase that will trigger them. You know the moment they will shut down. And you know it will end in that same familiar stalemate of frustration and distance. If you're living this, you know how hopeless it can feel. It makes you question everything. Why can't we solve this? Don't we love each other? Many of the couples I advise believe these recurring fights are a sign that they are fundamentally incompatible. But what if I told you that the fight you think you're having is almost never the real fight? Pauser. Today, we are going to pull back the curtain on these painful cycles. I will show you why they happen, help you identify the destructive dance you and your partner are stuck in, and give you a clear 4-step method to break free, and finally solve the real problem underneath. The fight beneath the fight, understanding the iceberg. Imagine an iceberg. The small tip that you can see above the water is the topic of your fight, the laundry on the floor, a comment made at a party, being late for dinner. This is what you argue about, but the massive hidden part of the iceberg, deep beneath the surface, is the real reason you're fighting. This hidden part is made up of our core emotional needs and fears. Fears of abandonment, of being controlled, of being inadequate, needs to feel heard, respected, safe, and loved. When your partner leaves their clothes on the floor, the surface level fight is about messiness, but the deep level fight might be about your core need to feel respected and seen. It translates to, when you don't help, I feel like my work and energy are invisible to you, and that makes me feel alone. When your partner gets upset about you being late, the surface fight is about time. But the deep level fight might be about their fear of being a low priority, translating to, when you are late, it makes me feel like I don't matter to you. Until you learn to speak the language of the deep level, you will be stuck battling over the tip of the iceberg, forever. Identifying your destructive dance, the pursuer and the distancer. Dr. John Gottman, a leading researcher on relationships, identified a devastating pattern that most couples in recurring conflict fall into. It's called the pursuer-distancer dynamic. As I describe this, see if you recognize yourself and your partner. The pursuer is the partner who feels a lack of connection and moves towards the other partner to try and fix it, often with criticism or intensity. They might say things like, "We need to talk about this now," or "You always do this." They are pursuing a reaction, desperate to feel that their partner is still engaged. To the distancer, however, this feels like nagging, criticism, and an attack. The distancer in response feels overwhelmed by this intensity. Their nervous system goes into overdrive. To protect themselves from what feels like an attack, they move away. They might go silent, leave the room, or say, "I'm not talking about this right now." They are trying to calm the situation down and feel safe. To the pursuer, however, this feels like abandonment, stonewalling, and proof that their partner doesn't care. Can you see the vicious cycle? The more the pursuer pushes, the more the distancer withdraws. The more the distancer withdraws, the more frantic and critical the pursuer becomes. You are both reacting to each other's reactions in a painful loop where neither of you gets what you really need. The first step to changing a dance is to realize you are dancing. The 4-step method to change the music. Once you see the pattern, you have the power to change it. This requires courage and practice from both partners, but it can begin with just one of you. Step 1. Pause the pattern with a code word. The moment you feel the cycle starting, one of you must call a timeout. You are not calling a timeout on the conversation, but on the negative pattern. Agree on a gentle, neutral code word or phrase beforehand. It could be iceberg, we're dancing again, or simply pause. When someone says the word, all negative interaction stops. No eye rolling, no last shots. You take a 20-minute break to self-soothe, get a glass of water, listen to music, breathe. This is not about avoiding the issue. It's about getting your brains out of fight or flight mode so you can have a productive conversation. Step 2. Uncover and share your core emotion. When you come back together, you will not talk about the dishes or the laundry. You will use this specific sentence structure to talk about the iceberg underneath. I feel core emotion when the specific situation because the story I'm telling myself. For example, I feel lonely and unimportant emotion when I come home and the house is a mess situation because the story I tell myself is that you don't see how hard I'm working and I'm all alone in this story fear. This is vulnerable. It's not an attack. It's an invitation for your partner to see your heart. Steps 3. Listen only to understand. The person listening has one job: to be a mirror. Your goal is not to defend yourself, explain your side, or solve the problem. Your only goal is to make your partner feel heard. You do this by reflecting back what they said. Okay, what I'm hearing is that you feel lonely and unimportant when the house is a mess. It sounds like you're feeling really alone in this, is that right? When your partner feels truly heard, their defensiveness melts away. Then you switch roles. Step 4. Problem solve as a team later. Only after both partners feel heard and emotionally connected can you address the surface level issue, and you can do it as a team. Okay, we both agree we don't want you to feel lonely and I don't want to feel attacked. How can we, as a team, come up with a better plan for the housework? Now you're not fighting about the mess. You are solving the problem of how to make both partners feel supported. I must be very clear here. This advice is for couples who are stuck in negative communication patterns, but still have a foundation of mutual respect and care. If your arguments involve yelling, name-calling, threats, throwing things, or if you ever feel afraid of your partner's reaction, you are not in a communication cycle. That is emotional abuse. The priority in that situation is not to fix the communication, it is to ensure your safety. Please reach out to a domestic violence hotline or a qualified therapist who specializes in abusive dynamics. Breaking the cycle of the same old fight is a skill. It will not happen overnight. It will feel awkward at first, but every time you successfully pause the dance and speak from the heart, you are building a new muscle of intimacy and trust. You are replacing a pattern of pain with a pattern of connection. You are not doomed to repeat the past. You can learn a new way to communicate, a new way to love, and a new way to be a team. The peace and connection you crave are on the other side of that courage. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this guide resonated with you, please click the like button and subscribe for more advice on building stronger relationships. And I would love to hear from you in the comments. Without sharing personal details, what is one surface level topic you find yourselves fighting about? Recognizing it is the first step. I'm Elena, and I wish you well.